Hi everyone and welcome back to my garden. For those of you that are new here, my name is Alina and I garden in East Europe in a temperate climate very similar to zone 6B, 7A. The lowest temperature we get is maybe -10, -12 Celsius degrees. I'll write down in Fahrenheit for those of you that use the Fahrenheit scale. And we had a very good snow recently. You can still see there's plenty of snow outside, even though the weather is kind of warm. It's +2-3 degrees right now outside, so it's really pleasant to be outside. Someone was saying that walk in the snow is like a palate cleanse for the soul, which resonated with me so much because the fresh air and the fresh smell you have when you go back inside, I don't know, reinvigorates you and makes you happier, more energetic, and for me it's just a happy feeling. Today I want to see the damage and I'll take you around my front yard just to assess the damage the heavy snow did. We had to clean our driveway and we stored a bunch of the snow a little bit on some of the plants. Hopefully they are not too upset about it, and afterwards I want to revamp a little bit the containers I have in front of my front door, just because I did nothing about it before Christmas, and I do have some amazing pots, some leftover bulbs, and some evergreens conifers that can be used better, at least for a couple of months. Let's go first and check the damage. I think everything will survive just because the snow does not stay with us more than 3 or 4 days usually. This time around snowed enough that we were able to take the kids sledging, which was so amazing and fun. But already it's melting away. We expect 2 or 3 more days with a -8, -10 Celsius degrees, and then it's gonna warm up maybe towards 0 degrees, -4, -5 at the lowest point during the night. So we don't have that bad weather during the winter, but we get to enjoy a little bit of snow every winter, which is so fun because you can actually feel the 4 seasons. When the snow was really thick, I did try to brush it off my plants so they don't get snapped branches and damaged branches and so on. But most of the snow is going to stay on top of the containers, on top of the ground, just because it adds an extra layer of protection during the very cold nights. So let me just show you the most recent planter we did together, so you can have a better idea of how much snow we enjoyed for the past 3 or 4 days. So this is the petite Eden rose we planted together, and you can see we had at least 10 centimeters of snow. I will not take off the snow off the plant just because it's going to provide extra insulation. You can see the little hellebore over there. As I was saying, it will provide extra insulation for the plant for the next 2-3 days when we'll have really low temperatures. And I'm thinking I'll come and just clean up the tops of these chrysanthemums. Let's go see the front yard just to assess how things are looking and see if I need to do any, I don't know, damage control. I'm curious to see what the damage will be in this part of the garden coming spring. Everything's under a big pile of snow. I'm debating whether I should shake off a little bit of snow off the lavender just to keep the branches from snapping. Let's try that. So winter garden tour. Me taking off the snow off the lavender, and most definitely I'll be taking off the snow from the topiary just because it's so heavy. I don't want it to damage the branches. I have another lavender here. I'm thinking I could gather some seeds from the echinacea. Sometimes echinacea likes to be uh, the seeds from echinacea like a little bit of stratification. So let's gather some. Put them in my pocket. I'll regret that later. Hopefully I can make some bees. Ah, goodness gracious, this dog scared me. About this pampas grass though. Poor thing is under a mountain of snow. Let's try to take some of the weight of it. Oh no, poor thing. I think I'm gonna have to cut it all the way back come spring. This snow was so heavy. Note to self for future winters. I most definitely need to tie the pampas grass as it's an evergreen grass, and I think I could have saved its upright form. Can we just take a moment for this absolutely gorgeous dandina? It's looking amazing. Those red berries are just the right pop of color. Now that we saw how things are faring in the front garden, I'm thinking I'll get on with the pots just because it's getting dark so fast these days, and it feels like it's going to snow or rain. I feel the moisture because of the mist hitting my face, and I want to get these pots done. Um, just because I'm so excited to see things a little bit prettier here in the front of my front door. Just show you what I gathered. I had a bunch of plants for different projects in the garden. I did not manage to do those, and I'm thinking I could use them here. I have a bunch of skimia. Then I have two juniper varieties. This is a blue upright variety, while this other one is more of a trailing variety. I prepared some waterproof gloves. These are very cheap to get. You can get them at any uh, hardware store, but I'm telling you, this is a game changer when you are planting and working outside in the freezing cold temperature with wet stuff. I prepared some stones for the bottom of my pots, and here I have a nice dogwood. It's a yellow dogwood. The variety is Flavi ramea, Cornus alba. It's a nice dogwood. And I brought the bulbs I am left over with. We used this in the rose pot a little bit earlier last year. I think I can tie the bulbs in all my pots, as I'm using 2 or 3 in the rose pot. I have another bunch in the front door pots, so everything looks a little bit more cohesive and well thought through if I use the same varieties. Now let me show you the pots I found, because I really found some nice treasures. They were not very expensive, and they are glazed ceramic pots. I absolutely love the color because it's not like a blue, intense blue color. Is more of a teal version. Just show them to you. So they are a teal color, and I found this color 2 sizes. They had a larger size, but I just felt it was too big for me. And also this one was in a set, and it has the same teal color at the bottom, but I absolutely loved the details on this other pot. As you can see, they have like really huge holes at the bottom. That's why I prepared the stones. And let me show them to you a little bit farther away. I arranged them like this: the bigger pot here to the left side, the smaller to the back, so it looks more like a staggered pattern from farther away. I brought also some soil. I kept this one in the garage so it did not froze down, so it's workable. And I had this cute picea. I had this picea, gold-tipped spruce. It's a Picea orientalis aurea, which has a very slow growth habit, and it does not grow very tall. I wanted this for my garden, but I had no chance to plant it. It's a plant that in about 5 years grows to about 1 meter, and in 10 years should reach about 1 meter 80 centimeters. The ultimate height for this spruce is somewhere between 3.5 to 4.5 meters high in height. So just because it's growing slowly and it has such a beautiful needle in the spring, I wanted it for my garden, but there was no chance for me to plant it. It's been so busy for me lately. So let me start adding some soil to the pots. Add first the evergreens, these, and then wherever I find a little bit of space, I'll add the bulbs. I will first add the little stones to the first pot, just to cover a little bit the big holes so I don't lose all my soil. I'm thinking I should have propped the pots a little bit higher just to not let it stay in water, but on the other hand, this side yard of mine does not hold that much water, so I think it should be okay. I wish I had some ceramic left over. I'll just use what I have. You can add here gravel. The idea is just to hold the soil from escaping from your pots through the bottom. I will add soil about to half of the pot, just to easier place the spruce, and then I'll add some more soil just to fix everything in. To break the pot the spruce came in because it was so frozen, stuck. I just couldn't save it. I usually like to save all these pots because they are very useful when you do other plantings or potting up, or seedlings that outgrow their space. All right, now I'll backfill in the rest of the pot with some soil, and I'll add the bulbs. So there is plenty of space here on the sides to fit in some bulbs. As you can see here in between the needles, a few bulbs can come up right easily. At the back of the pot, I did fill the soil up to the edge. Only here in the front where I want to add the bulbs, I left like 10 centimeters open so I can put some bulbs in. Let's decide really quickly what we can add to the pot. We used double latte finola tulip with the roses. this allium, which has such a beautiful habit, and a botanical tulip. One second. This one we used. It's a botanical little beauty tulip. This one is super short, but should be much earlier than the rest. I'm thinking we add the allium and the botanical tulip to this container, just because the spruce has such a woodland vibe, and I think the botanical tulip would fill up the edge of the pot, while the allium might grow a little bit taller in between the branches of the spruce. I still have 6 allium left. I'm thinking I keep this one. I don't think it's anymore any viable. Who knows, it might be. So 5 that I can trust. I think I'll keep 2 for the far end pot over there, and I plant this one also, 3 in around the spruce. And from the botanical tulip, I'll do the same, just because I want to have a little bit of cohesive vibe. I'm thinking I'll use 3 in the other pot and keep all the rest for this pot. Let's put them in. I will not water, I'll just add some snow, because as this one is melting away, it's going to provide enough water for the bulbs and for the spruce. Unfortunately, my snow is not super clean, because my gloves were somewhat dirty, but I think it will just get the job done. It's already looking so much better. Not to say the same about me, just because I made a mess of my clothes. But I'm thinking I'll take care of this background pot, and I'll put inside the yellow dogwood. I still have the manuka tree over there, looking great, just because it's very close to my front door. It's protected from very hard frost. Let's put some soil in. And then feed in the dogwood. I'll try to center this one. Let's see. Hopefully I can take it out from its pot. It's gonna create me the same issues. A bunch of the roots are out. Let's try to break it apart. I finally managed to do the trick. I'll take this branch out just because it's a bit odd and sticks out in a weird way. You see, it goes sideways. And then I'll try to arrange it, put some of the bulbs in, and I'm thinking I can add an additional bulb to these that I already used. 2 more here in the front because these are shorter, and let's add a third bulb just to make a continuity to the third planter. These are the other bulbs I have. This one is going to be 50 centimeters tall. It's a multi-stem tulip that looks amazing and has this fuchsia striation to it. But I'm thinking, just because I added the botanical tulip, I should go with something shorter. Maybe this muscari or this other one. This one looks a bit more special, has white in it, so I'll go with this one. And then I can tie the third planter using this muscari with the flaming tulip, because this one has white in it, this also has white in it, and we can add this tulip, the tulip we used in the rose planter, and the muscari together. I think it will work the best. Also, because this planter is to the very edge of my step, a shorter plant would fit better, because it will keep it better protected. Let's see how these bulbs look like. They are very small and cute. So let's add intermingled with the tulip, and I have to keep in mind I want to keep 3 for my other planter. Let's put them like this. Alright, we'll backfill it with soil. I kept 3 for the small pot here.
Spills the velvet dark, etching patterns, leaving its mark. The roots stretch deep, the earth's gentle sigh, a lullaby sung to the open sky.
You know what? I've gotten the idea to bring the juniper here. This one. I think it would tie very nicely with the rest, and I'll have something in this pot even before the bulbs emerge. So I'll put this in the middle, arrange the taller bulbs, or intermingle them. I think they'll be overpowering for the juniper. Oh, decisions. This is so hard. What if I put it to a side? I think it's gonna look odd if I put it to a side. I'll just put it in the middle, the taller bulbs in the back, and maybe a few of the pink ones and the muscari to the front.
Their songs entwined with the trees that stand, knotted in time by nature's hand. Each echoing step on the forest floor opens a world.
Now this final batch of bulbs I'll just use in my last pot. Let me store them with the rest because they'll go together in the same pot. It's already looking so much better. Oh, I'm so happy. If we're still working in this area, let's give this mom a nice trim. It's still green, but at least I'm deadheading the dead blooms. Hopefully, because it's really protected here, it will survive until next year. We usually have really good success with moms overwintering them, but I think it did need a little trim just to tidy things up. And here's a nice ivy vine, the cyclamen. It's a bit mushy. I don't know, I was hoping it was a hardy variety, but yeah, we did have -4 degrees, and I think this one is done. But for now I can keep it as it is, just because I have the ivy vine that's still looking nice, and hopefully the mom will survive as well. Things are looking so much tidier. Let's take care of our last pot.
Through an ancient door, the silence alive, yet brimming with.
You know what? I think this trailing juniper would be so nice as a trailing plant here. So I'll use this one here, and I'll plant the bulbs to the back of the pot. Let me make a little bit of space for the juniper, add some more soil so I can place it in. But in the meantime, we mix the bulbs together here to the back. I think I could have gone even closer with them, and I'll add the juniper here and then backfill it with a bit more soil. I was just thinking it would be so sad not to use some more muscari. Since I already have them, why not just add them to the pot? These will bloom much sooner than the tulips. They'll provide some nice foliage inside, so the pot won't look so empty. So let's add these. This is Muscari armeniacum, fantasy creation. It has a turning color darker purple, then lighter to lime green. I'm so excited to try this one out. It was really cheap. I bought it from Lidl, and I think it's going to look amazing. I did not use this one in any of my other pots, but I could add some here and there. Let's see, I have 20 here. They already sprouted. Oh my, I hope they'll have enough time to do their thing. I will not put them very deep. I will hold them from the sides of the bulb because they already have like babies. Look at that. I will hold them like this and push them into the soil. I'll just keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 I'll put in my other pot just to have a cohesive look. Let's see in which pot should we add these 5 bulbs. Out of all the pots, I feel this one could still use some bulbs because I use the muscari here, the one with 2 colors. I think this one can look okay with it, and I can interplant it even in the back because it's a short variety and should look okay. Let's add a little bit of snow. I'll add some more to the other pots and clean up after myself because look what what a mess I've made. On the chapter of lessons I've learned today, if possible, construct your planters someplace else, not on your front step, because it's gonna create such a mess that's gonna be so hard to clean out. Hopefully we'll have some more snow tonight, tomorrow, and it's gonna be much easier to clean if you don't have a source of water nearby. But in other terms, I'm so happy with how things are looking. I'm beyond ecstatic. Unfortunately, my snow, it's a little bit dirty and mushy, but it will get the job done by melting and watering the bulbs and the plants. So let me show you how things turned out. Here I have the manuka plant. It's still looking great. Plenty of green foliage. It's super protected over here near the door. Then the yellow twig dogwood, the juniper. Unfortunately, I think that cyclamen is not gonna make it, but for now I'll keep it as it is. And here the spruce and the trailing juniper. And if I take a step back with how I'm coming from the steps, this is how it's looking. Oh, I'm so happy. I cleaned as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's a lesson learned. For me, it would have been really hard to make the pots someplace else and move them because they get heavy. And it's going to work out. Don't mind the dirt. Hopefully I'll get a chance to properly clean it after we get some more snow. You guys, I'm so happy and delighted with how things turned out. Uh, it just put a smile on my face. The courier just brought me my first seed order. I'm so excited to open it and to show you what I've ordered. I really hope you enjoyed our planting today. I hope you had a great time. I want to thank you again for watching, joining me, and let me know in the comments down below if you would have changed anything. Me personally, for sure, I would not plant them on my front steps next time, because the mess I created, it was so hard to clean out. It dampened a little bit my joy by the end, but for sure I'm excited to see the new bulbs come up, and uh, hopefully we'll get a lot of color here in the front of my door. So thank you again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.